everyone, it's Lynette with Charmed Grammy Crochet. How are you today? I'm trying to, maybe that's a little better. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I want to welcome you to my channel. Thanks for coming in and joining me again today. Today is Monday. I don't know if I'll have this up today or not. My systems are working better, so that's good news. I just have a couple of things I was crocheting on, and a little update on my luck of the draw, and so I thought I would share while I have a minute. First off, as you know, I am one of the founders of the Boggy Blanket Brigade, Boggy Creek Drive, and this is our 4th season of raising blankets for Boggy Camp Boggy Creek in Eustis, Florida. That would be Nancy from She's Got Yarn, myself, Billy, the Crafty Floridian. We were the founders because of Nancy's mom, Sue, and her women's group. And now we have also added Juan, the Yarn Addict, and Jaxie as part of the panel crew. All blankets should be sent to Nancy, and all the channels are linked in my description box. Nancy's address, Lynanne, oh gosh, I almost forgot Lynanne. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Lynanne from Nina's Next Knots. She's our panel crew as well. So we raise blankets, and the kids at camp, it's a camp for chronically ill children. If you've seen my channel, you've heard a lot about it. I do mention it like every video because I crochet for it all the time. I seem to have a Boggy blanket. I am not one of the ones that donate 100 blankets a year. Don't get me wrong. I do 5 or 6. I have 3 done now, maybe 4. I don't crochet that fast, and I crochet a lot of other stuff too. But I support it. It's my charity of choice. All my donations go there. And they allow these chronically ill kids to go to camp for free. Their families go to camp for free. And they get to be kids. They have professional medical help there. They have a trauma center there. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. We create blankets 35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long. Use acrylic yarn if you're going to make a blanket. Definitely, please don't use animal fiber in case somebody's allergic. Plus, they're harder to wash. These are kids, 6 or 7 to 17 years of age. So a 6-year-old gets your blanket, he's gonna drag it on the ground, So they tend to pick by color or design. They like bright colors mostly. And every time they start camp, there's blankets, handmade, knitted, crocheted, some type of fiber, woven, whatever you do, on the beds, and they get to take that blanket home with them as memorabilia. So this is our 4th season. During our 2nd season, people were asking if we had swag. So during our 3rd season, we created swag with the help of Lynanne, because she figured out how to do that and have the proceeds go directly to Boggy Creek. And then Teesprings didn't work out for us so well. So now we have another person doing our swag, and we have a new design. And the project that I'm going to show you now is living in my Boggy Creek bag. So this is the tote bag in black. It also comes in cream color. We have t-shirts, long and short sleeve, just crew neck, regular t-shirt, and hoodies, pullover hoodies, not zipper hoodies. And they come in a variety of colors. The shirts do. The bags come in black or cream. you know, like a natural color. I love how the logo just, you know, sticks out so much. So this is, just wanted to show it to you. All the proceeds, Sky from Sky's Creations, I know her website link is in my description box. All proceeds from all purchases, all the proceeds go to Boggy Creek. She will send them directly to Boggy Creek when we tell her to, and we get a report every week of what she's sold, what orders have come in. And she was real quick about getting so far she's been like Johnny on the spot. You know, you're getting your stuff right away. She sends you an email saying you got the order. She got the order. She sends you an email with a tracking number when the order goes out. And it's been like a week. She's doing a wonderful job. The tote bags are, right now anyway, have free shipping, and every order we make money on, but then she adds $2 donation to that as well. So how wonderful of her to do this for the kids, because you know the camp runs on donations. So excited about the swag this year, because it's we got to do a more colorful design, and we didn't put a year on it. There's no year, so that it'll be good every year, because we're not thinking Boggy's going away. We're loving this a whole bunch. There is not a Boggy Creek blanket in here, though. This is my sweater. I started this sweater because I had some True Boo yarn, and I saw this TikTok. And I don't know who the TikToks, they're like 60 seconds, 30 seconds. I don't know. It's just this quick thing. And I just saw how she made it. How she made her own shirt. And I'm like, oh, I could do that. No pattern required. I could figure this out. She crocheted one panel and split it for the neck like you would a Ruana. I've made a couple of Ruanas. But she only split the neck and then continued on here. I'm like, I could do that. So you just make the panels. So you make one long panel and you're folding it in half and throwing it over your head. And then you seam up the sides. Well, my panel is way longer than what I thought it was going to be. So this is going to be more like a shirt dress. Because it grew. And I didn't measure well because I was doing it by myself. And but that's okay. I am loving it. So first of all, I'm using True Boo. This was gifted to me. Most of this was gifted to me by JoJo from Joe's Web when we met up. And this color is called Plum, and it's got a sparkle to it. It's True Boo Sparkle. There's a little bit of sparkle in there. The camera's not going to catch it. And then she also gifted me this color, which is called Truffle. They don't make this color anymore, I don't think. And I didn't think I was going to have enough with those two colors because I ended up being so big. So I bought some white. Now, and I bought more purple just to make more of the plum, just to make sure. Because they didn't have, I couldn't get more of the lavender color. So this is what it's looking like now. I think you're looking at the back. I don't know. It's kind of the same. So my pattern is going, this is folded in half. My neckline is there. Okay, yeah, you can see this is the neckline right there. So the neck goes that way. So I have one repeat of my pattern in the lavender, and then 2 repeats of the plum, 1 repeat of the white, 2 repeats of the plum, a repeat of the white. I'm working on my second repeat, just starting the second repeat of the plum, and then I'll do lavender. So I have, the repeat is, I start with a row of half double crochet, and then a row. Here we go. So it's half double crochet. This is like upside down, but half double crochet, and then I do a treble X stitch, and I go in from behind every time, because I think the way I crochet, it makes a better X and looks more like an X than a V. If I go in the front, it always just looks like a V to me. Then I did a row of half double again, and then 2 rows of treble crochet in one stitch, and then a half double on the next, and then a treble, then a half, then a treble, then a half. Then on the next row, you go your half over your treble, and your treble over your half. You know what I mean? And then again, a half double, and then a window row, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then half double crochet row. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. One, you should, were you counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 rows to the repeat. I am using a 6mm hook with this. This is a, I think they call this a 4-weight. Nope, they call it a 3-weight. Look at the drape on this. It is just so nice. So I do my 8 rows, 16 rows, 8 rows, 16 rows, 8 rows, and now I have done the X row and the half double crochet. So I'm going to start on my treble, half double, row on the repeat. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5 rows to go of the lavender, of the plum, and then I get to do the lavender, and then I'll sew up the sides. It's going to have a sleeve on it, just a little bit. My neck comes here, so it'll have actually probably 3/4 length sleeve, or maybe to the elbow. And I will probably, because I think it will be kind of see-through. Let's see if you're showing just one. Yeah, it's going to be kind of see-through. So, you know, I will wear a camisole or something like that underneath, and or a tank or something, and I could wear it then with leggings or shorts, but they'll probably leggings. And it'll cover my rear, which I like when my clothes cover my rear. I hope it just doesn't, I think it's beautiful, and I'm going to love the drape of it. It's, I think, going to be really comfortable to wear. Maybe a little bit warm, which will, like, I think it'll be a nice wear spring, even in the winter time. If I put a long sleeve shirt on underneath, like a turtleneck or something, I think I could wear it then. I'm going to do something maybe to dress up, like just a, you know, a border on the neck. But I think if it looks good, I can wear it. I probably wouldn't be able to wear it in the heat of the summer, because, you know, you're layering, and when it's 90 degrees, who wants to layer? And it's heavy. You know, like, it feels, there's some heft to it in my hands. And when I've put it on and you have it over the whole body, it doesn't feel heavy, but it would feel heavy and hot, I think, in the heat of the summer. But the fall, winter, and spring, I think particularly in Florida, we're spending the winter in Florida, and it's like 70. It'll be, like, I think, just perfect. So I hope and pray that it fits the way I think it's going to fit, and then it looks good. This past winter in Florida, we were in Florida for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I think I broke out some shorts, but we were there in, like, March, so December, January, it's a little colder. That's when we're going to be in Florida. So I think I'll be fine to wear that the whole time that we're traveling. Because the heat of the heart of the summer next year, we should be in Alaska for June and July. I don't know how long we're staying there. We haven't planned the whole trip yet. I just know when we're supposed to arrive. So I got to get on that trip planning. But we have always said at least a month. So we'll be, and it'll be good there too. So I'm excited about that. Almost being done with it is going to be really cool. I love that yarn to work with it. It does split a little, even in the, like, the way it's spun. As you're crocheting, all of a sudden I got like a bunch of threads, and it's not broken, it's just like a clump, and you gotta like spread it out. But it looks, I think it looks great the way that it hangs and drapes, and it's soft, and even the little sparkles on it aren't hurting my hands or anything to crochet with. So I'm loving that project, but I'll be really glad when it's done, because I have so many. I have still wands that I have to catch up and finish. The blanket I started, the wand did the spring crochet along. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's just called a spring crochet along, and it's beautiful. And I'm doing that in a two-weight yarn, 1 or a 2-weight yarn, and that's going to be a probably very long-term project. But it's one of my 3. I like to do 3 at a time. So I have my luck of the draw 12, which I don't always count as one of the 3, but right now it's counting, because we just started it and I'm having some trouble with it. It's taking longer than I thought, but it won't after this week. So there's luck of the draw 12, which is the brainchild of Nan from Nan's Next Knots, but Trish, Mama Swift, and Jax from Creations by Jax are hosting it. And it's a 10-week crochet along versus Nan's was 20 weeks. You use 5 colors of yarn plus a main color. I am not using the main color this time. And Trish draws a number, or Trish and Jax this time. We'll be drawing a number. It's always on Trish's channel, but she draws. You have your main color, and then your 5 other colors have numbers. Oh, excuse me. And each number, 1 through 5, you number your colors 1 through 5. Every week, Trish pulls a number, and that's the color that coordinates with your number, whatever, is the number of the yarn, the color of the yarn that you use for that week's crochet along. I guess I could have said that a little bit easier. Anyway, my color for this first week, this is only first week of Luck of the Draw 12. You can use any pattern. You can make anything you want. It does not have to be a blanket for Boggy Creek, but they call this Boggy Creek edition because we're collecting blankets now. We had our first unboxing on Nancy's channel on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We unbox the blankets that have come in during the past week. Well, we don't. Nancy does. But we rotate whose channel. So this week, I do believe it's on, I think it's on Lynanne's channel. Or maybe it's Jack's. It's not mine. My internet here, I'm going to call them today. My internet here gets buffering. It's like good all day long. I have no problem. In the evenings, it starts buffering, and it's my private internet, so I don't know why that happens, but it doesn't always, it buffers. I don't know what the problem is. So anyway, back to the blanket. At Boggy Creek, the kids are divided up into cabins, and the cabins are in 4 colors. Blue, green, yellow, and red. So I decided that I wanted to buy yarn in those colors and make a blanket, and I did. I made a granny square blanket out of those 4 colors, and I did that in the spring or late winter, and I bought these big twists when they were on clearance, when they were closing the stores. I miss Joann's. I'm sorry. There were a lot of them here. Like everywhere you would go, you could run into a Joann's. And I am living in the camper. Don't have a lot of yarn with me, but my storage unit isn't far, and we did go looking for yarn for Grafgans. But that's my next project to start. I can't wait to get started on it. I got to finish my sweater, and then I'm going to start a Grafgan. We have a playlist of all the blankets that have been designed for Boggy Creek last year and this year. If you are a designer and you have a YouTube channel and you want to design a blanket specifically for Boggy Creek, which means you would design it that would work well in dimensions that are 35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long, or a 40-inch circle or square or star. You know, if you were going to do a square blanket, like a big, huge granny square, 40 by 40 is the size you're looking to go. You know, grow it until it's that big. And you do a tutorial, we'll pull you up on panel and you can unveil your blanket. Then your blanket tutorial goes in the playlist, which is attached to all of my videos. And I think Nancy, I think they all attach it to their videos as well. Just to give you an idea, a variety of blankets that are designed specifically for Boggy Creek, but you can make them for anything. I mean, use their tutorials. That's our give back for creating the design, is that we're going to help promote your tutorials. So we do that by including them in a playlist. You just have to let us know. We have a website, Boggy Blanket Brigade at gmail.com, and you just say, hey, I created a blanket for Boggy Creek. I have a tutorial ready to go, and we'll pull you up on, you know, we'll send you a link for the next live that you can make, and you can show us your blanket and we'll add you to the playlist. All that being said, I didn't use one of those. Normally I do. Jaxie created one that's called Pique Your Interest, and it's an adorable pattern. It's lacier than what I wanted to make this time. And I decided to use the cabin colors and cream. So I've got the red, green, yellow, blue, and cream is my 5th color, and I'm not using a main color this time. I'm just going to go from weekly color to weekly color. This is the first time I've ever done this. And as I said, you don't have to make a blanket for Boggy Creek. You don't have to make a blanket at all. One year I made Rwanas. I've done that a couple times. One time I made some cotton tote bags, which were adorable. They're in storage. I love them. A couple of times, people have made snakes just because they wanted to participate, but they didn't have a lot of time. So they just crocheted a snake and stuffed it as they went. And it can be any size, anything that you want to do. It could be that you just want to make granny squares, and so you make, and I've done this before too. You know, I know I'm going to need 50 granny squares, so when they call a number, I'm going to do 5 granny squares in that color and then put them together however you want. So, you know, just anything you want to do. This is the pattern I'm doing. And I had trouble with it because I started with a 6mm hook. My pattern is, and this is also a pattern I saw on TikTok, so I don't know who it was. I just paused it and looked at it. So I did a half double crochet as a just starting chain, and then a V-stitch, and multiples of 3, because you do a V-stitch. I did multiples of 3 plus 2 because I wanted to have a double crochet on both ends to create my sides. So V-stitch, and then in the V of the V, I did a granny, and then in the middle granny, I did the V, and in the, so just repeat that. So it's 2-row repeat, V-stitch 1 row, granny stitch the next row, or a 3 double crochet shallow, whatever you want to call it, but it's just a granny. Can you see? And so that's what I'm repeating is V-stitch granny, V-stitch granny, V-stitch granny. This is now I started with a 6mm hook, and I did my starting chain, and I made it to be, when I stopped to measure, it was over 40 inches. So I pulled it back to be about 38 inches. And then I made sure it was the multiples of 3 plus 2. And I went on and I did all my rows, and it was growing. And and by the time I got, like, this is 4.5 inches. Another row would put it over 5 inches, so I'm not doing an additional row right now. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows total. And for me, this is 7, like 4.5 inches, like I said. Anyway, it ended up being like 52 inches or something, and it was under 40 when I started with my chain. And so I did that video, help. Well, I got some help, and people said that this chain is very stretchy, and it'll stretch a lot. So, okay. And somebody, other people said, use a bigger hook for your starting chain than you do for your regular work. Okay. So I ripped it all out, and I started again, and I used an 8. It wasn't very drapey, loose. It was very stiff, which isn't terrible, but I don't want it to be stiff. So now it's lacier looking than what it was. But that's okay, because these kids are in Florida. I still like the stitch pattern. I think I liked it better, more solid, but I'm going to go with it like this time. So I used an 8mm hook for the starting chain, half double crochet row, and now I'm using a 7mm hook for this. And I will tell you, I don't remember how many stitches I did, because I sat in my chair with a yardstick over my chair, and I'm like, okay, I want it to be under 40 inches, and so I crocheted the chain, and when it got to 40 inches, well, under 36, it was 36 inches. I'm like, okay, if it grows, we're good. If it grows a little. And I did a row of V-stitch, and it shrank. I'm like, what? So I just fussed back and forth with it, and added and did the row, and it was okay, and then I did another row, and it was not okay. So anyway, I played with it until it's now 35 inches. And it has maintained 35 inches, which is the minimum width on the Boggy Blanket. But I can always add a border, because I really would like it to be wider than 35 inches. So it gives me room for a border if I want to add like a half double crochet border. I can do that. And it might be really cute to do that in all the colors, like go around one time in each of the colors. Excuse me. So I think that's probably what I will do. We'll see. At 4.5 inches, if I do 10 rows, it should give me 45 inches. And you have 40 to 50 long to stay within the Boggy Creek guidelines. So, in theory, this will work. And I can still add a border of half double crochet around it, maybe in every color, which, again, if there's like a color that only comes out once, then maybe I would do it in that color to bring more of that color into the blanket. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I think I'm having fun with it. I think so far It was a little frustrating to start with. I understand why it would shrink because I used a bigger hook and then went down. It didn't shrink as much as it had grown the other way. So, um, and I always have trouble with that with my crochet, which is one of the reasons that I'd never really try to design a top or I don't blanket, it doesn't matter so much if it grows or whatever, but or shrinks. um, but clothing, you want it to be the right size, and anytime I try to do something that you're not telling me specifically for this size, do this many, anytime I try to do it on my own, it doesn't work out well. So we're crossing our fingers with this one because of the way it's made. And it was, so my top that's living in my Boggy Creek Blanket tote, that top wasn't supposed to cover my butt. It grew too. It was supposed to not do that, but it's lacy, and so I guess that gives it a lot of additional stretch. Because it was only supposed to be like it grew a lot. That's all I can tell you. But because you can wear it as like a shirt dress, that's fine. And I wear dresses a lot. This is a dress that I have on right now. I like wearing dresses in the summertime. It's just like wearing my jammies. Just loose and comfortable. So the next thing that besides the Grafgan that I want to make, so I'm probably going to have, I usually don't look up the draw on my 3 because, whatever. Any excuse. But the next thing that I think I want to make, did you guys watch Debbie, the Canadian crocheter? Her latest video, she made that granny square short sweater out of, I just finished not too long ago a granny square sweater. But hers, she did 4 rows. Yeah, 4 rows of the granny square. It's like a scrap sweater of granny squares. She used mostly bright colors and then trimmed it in black, and it is so stunning. I am just loving it. She used 3-weight yarn. I'm going to have a lot of 3-weight yarn. A lot of purple because I have way too much, I think. But she did 4 rounds, and she just used, it looks like she just used scraps. No specific anything, but she did it in 3-weight yarn. And she added, there was a lot of yellow in it. Like, not every square had a yellow in it. I was like trying to really see, did she mindfully pick the colors? And I don't think so. Just that every row was a different color in each square. But I did notice there was a lot of a bright yellow in it. I need to get some. Because I think it would be cool to do that and have one color, like specifically one color in every square. Just to make it a little more cohesive. I'm going to try it. I think I have, but maybe not, because I have some Karen 1 pound, no, Karen cakes. I made that sweater with the flowers, and that was a Karen cake. I used, sorry, there was a call coming. Spam loves me. It was a Karen 1 pound, or Karen cotton cake that I made, or no, it's acrylic, but it was 3-weight, and I have some of that left over. I have, I'm getting this little collection of 3-weight yarn, and so I think I'm going to start granny squares out of that 3-weight yarn and see how far it goes. So like the carrot cake, like I don't want to cut it, so maybe I'm just gonna let it flow, and maybe some will have just solid purples from this top, and that's fine. Purple's my favorite color. Yellow is like getting way up there with purple. I don't think I have any yellow 3-weight scraps, but I've been finding that I like the thinner yarn for like clothing because it drapes so much better. The cotton does better, I think, than the cotton and cotton bamboo drape way better than acrylic, but I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna maybe mix the fibers and just make a scrappy 3-weight granny square cardigan. And as I put it together, maybe I'll make, it just depends on how many squares I end up with at the end, but maybe I'll be making them for the granddaughters that are smaller, depending on, you know, I might not have enough yarn to make the sweater for myself. But I think I love Deb's sweater, and I know I don't have any 3-weight in black, so I'm gonna have to get some of that because she put it together with black, and it just is stunning. Particularly with the brighter yellow in there, I just love it. I just love it. My grandkids, none of them would wear specifically a bright yellow. No, they would not do that. That would be too outstanding. And they don't want to be standing out in the crowd. But I think they would wear it if it had some yellow in it. Not that, I mean, they're not opposed to yellow, but they're opposed to, like, they would not wear a bright tie-dyed shirt. No. I would in a minute, but they're not as outgoing as I am, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so that's where I'm at with the crochet. I'm really anxious to get the granny squares on my hook, but I have to finish this. This is taking longer, way longer than I want. Well, I took a break from, you know, I took some time off from some of those projects, and now I gotta just get back into it. So anyway, that's where we're at, and thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for helping me get this luck of the draw together. It won't take long to do that every week now. Bigger hook goes way faster, and it's not 52 inches wide anymore, so cut 15 inches off and look what happens. It gets to be a real fast crochet. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Like I said, thanks for watching, sharing, commenting, and just coming back again and again and again. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you in the next video, or Wednesday night. Don't forget to tune in. I think it's Lynanne this week. And we're unbox some more beautiful blankets. And we have a challenge. Oh, I forgot the challenge, to do a smiley face. Make a smiley face blankie. They're real easy. There's a Grafgan for it. There's a couple of Grafgans with smiley faces on them. The Grafgans are by Tangled in Yarn, Annette, and Tatiana. Tatiana is Tatiana's Blankets, I think. They're in my description box as well. But just email the Boggy Blanket Brigade email, which is also in my description box, and they will email them, say you want the graphs, just subject line graphs. Jaxie will send you out. She has a PDF of all the graphs, and I think it's on her website. I think Annette, if you click on her link, she has pictures of the graphs, and I think you can get the graphs from that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but check out their YouTube channels. And we're asking also, I forgot all about this, tumbleweeds, which are the pom-poms. There's a tutorial video attached in my description box on how to make them. They don't want them made on a pom-pom maker because it's too thick. and too tightly wound. They want them looser than that. And the kids make them to, or don't make them, the kids use them to show appreciation for kindnesses given. It's a really cool way to spread kindness, which is what the camp is all about. Having a good time and being nice to other people. So, anyway, they're wanting a lot of tumbleweeds. Just use your scrap yarn. If you make a blanket, make tumbleweeds out of the scraps. If you don't make a blanket, but you got a bunch of scraps you don't know what to do with, make some tumbleweeds. Send them to Billie. Billie the Crafty Floridian. Her address is also in my description box. There's a lot of stuff in that description box. So click on it. Check it out. See what's in there. There's some Boggy Creek video in there. So anyway, that's it. I've like 5 minutes of saying goodbye, but I'm going to really end this time. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.